Hello, my friends. How are you guys? Come on into the craft room. We are going to create an absolutely adorable Highland cow. You guys love these. I was super shocked at how much you guys love these. Highland cows are a huge thing, you guys. Um, Say hello when you come into the craft room so that I know you're here. Um, Let me know your name. It doesn't always pop up your name. And so I want to know who I'm chatting with. So let me know your name. And we are going to craft some cuteness. Um, what is today? Today's Tuesday. So yesterday we released 3 new products. We released our layered mandala cross, which is absolutely amazing. We released our layered, check this out. This is a cool layered piece that we released yesterday. So we're going to be creating this one a little bit later this week. Is it this week? What else did we release? We released 3 things. Oh, and a sweet lemon summertime door hanger that we released. I'm super excited for this one. I'm super excited for the layered mandala cross. Hello, my friends. But today, you guys have been asking. Last week, we did the Highland Cow Door Hanger, and that's what we're going to do today. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? We're going to use a variety of colors. I'm going to move the camera down so that you can see what I'm working on. Give you a little bit of a closer. Try to find me on YouTube. I am on YouTube because I think Cynthia is watching on YouTube. So I know I'm over there. I am. We're going to use a few different colors to kind of create, hi Patsy, try to create a more realistic Highland Cow. So are you guys ready to get started? I am so excited to do this one. I am not a huge fan of Highland cows, but let me tell you, I am super excited. Well, what happened? Hold on. Something just happened. Give me 2 seconds. Not really sure what happened. Let's try this again. There we go. All right, let's go back. Here we go. How are you guys? We are going to check this out. Okay, this is all laser cut, and we have some flowers, the adorable cow, and then you have some hi. Let me move this so that you can see a little bit better. There we go. Is that better? Deb, I got your message about the mug that you won, and my friend, it is still here. It was in a different pile. It's still here. So it is going to go out today. That is totally my fault. That and a couple aprons, and the bag are still here. So sorry about that. I packed them all up and then didn't even get them shipped. So sorry about that, but it is going to be on its way. I promise you. So your Highland Cow door hanger is going to come with your round. You notice the round doesn't have holes in it because I give you these little pieces that you can use to put the back on, to put a hanger on. And then you have your little hi, which I'm not really sure what color we're going to paint that yet. We're going to do our flowers in our greenery with some paint pens, my favorite paint pens. But first, let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and paint. This side looks better. We're going to paint this warm buff. Okay, this is I love this color. And I think it's going to be a really good color for the background that shows through where his nose, all of these different colors. You've not figured out how the hanger works. Okay, well, I will do a close-up on that, okay? I will definitely do a close-up on that for you. All right, this warm buff is a really good color to have on hand for lots of things. And I think I got way too much on here. We're going to see. Maybe not. Probably did get a bit much, but This warm buff is just a really, really good color to have on hand. And yes, we did get too much. Let's put some of this back in our, let's put it back. Not in that. What are you doing, Beth? So I just finished the second piece today that is going to go in our subscription box for the month. We did our subscription box live last night. It was so fun. And it is a lantern next month. And I just cut the final piece that is going to go with it. So as soon as I get it painted and photographed and everything, you guys will be able to see that. We have a lot of fun inside our subscription box group. And it's so, one of the things that I love the most is being able to see how I teach you to do one thing and how it just morphs and everybody's projects look so amazing and turn out so different. I absolutely love it. We're going to turn my glue gun on. So the Highland Cow is going to be a little bit different for me because I'm not really a farmhousey girl as far as decorating with cows and chickens and things like that. But I think this is going to be really cute. Okay, we're going to wipe off the edges here just so they're good and clean because paint gets on them sometimes. So we're just taking a wet baby wipe and going all along the edges and wiping it. Look at that. All right. Perfect, perfect. All right, we're gonna set this one to the side to dry. And then let's go ahead and get our Highland Cow painted. Who has gotten this? I know that several of you guys have gotten the Highland Cow, and I shipped some more today. These are available in my shop, so if you want to grab one, definitely do, because these are going to be fun. Let's put that over here. All right. Let's do this. This is so cute, just like this. It's so adorable. We are going to use, I believe I'm going to use milk chocolate on the body of the Highland Cow, the head of the Highland Cow. Well, that's all the Highland Cow we have, I guess. We don't have a body. We're going to use milk chocolate. And then I'm also going to bring in probably maybe a little bit of the warm buff. Because I'm actually going to paint the horns warm buff, but even because it's the same color as the background, we're going to do my signature technique on the edges. So we are going to use a little bit of warm buff. And then we're going to bring a little bit of black in. You know, our hair is never, ever a solid color. And maybe, what's this chestnut? Chestnut kind of has a little bit of red look to it. It's a brown that has a little bit of red. And then let's go ahead and bring some white in as well, because I'm sure we'll use some white. All right. So first up, let's go ahead and paint our horns. And actually, I want the horns to be a little bit lighter. So let's add some white in with this warm buff. Let's do that. That way it's a little bit lighter. Oh, that's much better. All right, so right here, we're going over spots that may have the greenery, but that's okay. Our paint pen is going to cover it up perfectly. You got the Highland Cow. Yeah, I cannot wait to see how you guys create these. I think it's going to be these are really fun. There are so many variations of the Highland Cow door hangers and things like that. It's just kind of a popular thing right now. There are people that will teach you how to actually hand paint it. I have not perfected that yet, but maybe we'll work on that. We'll work on perfecting that. I got a little bit of paint down in there, so we're going to just use my little tool here and get it off. All right. It is a beautiful day. I watered our grass. We planted grass seed. I started the cutter, shipped some stuff, watered the grass because we've got some grass seed and it's been warm. You made it, Michelle. It's been warm. And so it's starting to dry up. No, we spent money. I don't want the grass seed to dry up. We probably should have left a little bit of line there. Let's do that. Let's create a little bit of a line there. So right now I'm just using the milk chocolate color and we're just dabbing it on. And we are going to add some just dimension by adding some other colors, but we'll do that as soon as we're done with this step and it's dry. Although we could do it when it was wet and kind of blend it some. So these pieces, you don't always have to paint the edge. It is a personal preference if you want to paint the edge at all. They are dark. I'm sure that you guys know because they're laser cut. They're basically burned. Hello, my friend from Florida. How are you? Is it a beautiful day in Florida right now? I hope so. It's about 80 here. I'm super excited. I love being outside. I love working in my workshop until about, I don't know. Once it starts hitting 95 and the humidity's up there, then I can do without. But right now I'm loving it. I love going to, it's cloudy. Well, I will try to pass some of my sunny rays to you. It's beautiful here. I think it was going to get to like 83 today. My husband has a work thing tonight, so we're going to go to Top Golf and hang out with some work buddies. Has anybody here ever been to Top Golf? It's a lot of fun. I am not a golfer, and you do not have to be a golfer to go to Top Golf. That's the best part, because I am not a golfer. My son likes to golf, and my son's girlfriend likes to golf. She is actually an amazing golfer. We got Parker on the school bus this morning. They left at about 7:15 to head to Oklahoma City and Dallas. They're going to stay in Oklahoma City tonight. Going to go to a couple history museums. And then, I'm not seeing comments. Hold on. Love Top Golf. You planted your garden. How fun. I love planting. We do have a couple tomato plants. We don't really do well with vegetable gardening. I'm going to say that. I feel like we do not have a green thumb when it comes to vegetable gardening, but I do love flower gardening. I plant new flowers. Oh, did I just break that? I sure did. Look, I just broke it. I knew it. We're going to glue it back on though. It's going to be good. Let's just glue it back on. It came right off. You love the piece I'm working on? This one is fun. There are so many people that loved it and snagged. Several people snagged some last week when it came. Ooh, I need my glasses on for this. Just remember that some of these pieces are delicate when it comes. Ooh, my finger is stuck to it. Of course. Some of these are pretty delicate pieces, but I'm not sure why that one should not have broken. Hold on, and it's sticking to my finger, you guys. This one isn't working well. Hold on. I got way too much glue on it, and it's sticking to everything. Let's try it again. How about that? Or we'll just leave it off. You've been waiting for this one? I'm so excited. Not sure if we're going to get that baby back on there. Oh, I think we are. Let's put a little bit of glue on top here, just for good measure. There we go. We're just going to let it dry there. How about that? Hello, hello, my friends. How are you? Hold on. I am still. No, don't delete that chat. Why is it? Oh, so I can put banners up. That's so cute. We'll have to scrub that off. We got glue on the table. Work your magic. I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try. All right. Now, to do our next step, we're going to take a really fine paintbrush, and we're going to put some brush strokes in his fur, in his hair. This doesn't look like it's covered very good, though. Let's do this spot right here a little bit more. Okay, that's better. I'm super excited for this one, you guys. Let's see what it looks like real quick. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so cute. And you see how I added some white to this? It stands out a little bit against the background. Super cute. I think we're going to do something to this too. We're going to distress this a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that while that's drying a little bit more. We're going to do some white. You're watching this and watching the replay of the subscription box. The subscription box was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun last night. I finished the second item that is going to come with our subscription box. Finished it today, put it on the cutter, painted a little bit of it. It's not all the way done. This isn't dry yet either. If you just ordered from me and you didn't remember that I had this and you want it, just shoot me a message. And, well, a couple things. You can go ahead and add it and just use the coupon code LOCAL or free shipping, and it won't charge you shipping, and I can combine them. So that's not an issue at all. Or just shoot me a message and I can send you a separate invoice just for that and then get it added to your order. All right, so on this one, we're going to dry brush some white. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. Can you see that? I'm going with the grain of the wood. So this wood does have some grain to it. So make sure that you remember that when you are painting, that you want to go with the grain of the wood. There we go. I think I like that. That's going to make it look really, really cool. All right. We're going to leave that like that. Let's come back to this. So now we're going to take some small paintbrushes. Let's see. Maybe like this. Can you see that? Maybe like that. No, maybe like that one. Maybe like this one is a little bit smaller. It hurts. Yes, my arm is sore. But I was working and I was watering the yard, and this is my dominant hand. And I think this does help. But now I was watering the yard and I probably got a little sun here, so I'm going to have a tan line there now. We're going to see if this works. I do go to the doctor on Thursday though, so. I'm going to look for a smaller. I think we're going to use these smaller ones. All right, so let's do some of this reddish brown. You can't really see my paint right now. We're going to do some of this reddish brown here. It might not show up too much, but we're going to see. So these, you can see kind of which way the his hair goes. So we're going to just add some streaks. And we're going to do not just this color, okay? We're going to add some other colors as well. Okay. That might be really, really hard to see. Can you see? There we go. Now you can see. So we're just adding a little bit of dimension, okay? And you just want to follow the same lines that the wood is cut. And I'm not doing too much. I mean, we're just kind of keeping it simple. But I am going to go all over it. Don't forget his ears. All down here by his mouth. Yeah, I might have got that one a little bit dark there, but that's okay. I think it'll be okay. Okay. Yeah, I really like it. This is super. This is going to be cute, you guys. Okay. That's all that I did with this one. Okay. Can you see? Oh, that's so good to know. I feel like it is working. It's still very sore, but I do feel like it is working. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, we're going to bring some black in. And I know that seems a little crazy, but since this is such a dark brown, black is going to be a really good accent. Hello, my friends. But then we're also going to bring some white in. Actually, probably not white, but probably the warm buff that we were using. So we're going to just go ahead and bring some black in, just like we did the that reddish brown color, okay? This is just going to make it a little bit more realistic looking, kind of look like more real hair. So when you're doing this, you're just using a flick of the wrist to paint, okay? That might have been a little bit too much, but just a flick of the wrist, and you're just following kind of the same way that the hair is going to lay. Hi, Jean. How are you? Oh, this is going to look so cool, you guys. How many of you have seen the Highland cows and you're like, yeah, I don't know, not really my thing? But I was like that. And I'm really thinking that I love them. And this one we're going to make pretty bright. His or her, it's going to be a her. Her little flower is going to be really bright. Let's bring a little bit of black up here. Whoops. That's so funny. You can still bring it. That's still fun. That's so funny. I'm assuming that's you, Deb. Okay. That's very, very cool, you guys. Let's bring some black up here. They've grown on you? See, I think me too. Okay, can you see the dark black and then the lighter kind of yellow? Your daughter lives and breathes Highland cows. I hope you love this one. This would be a fun one to get for her to create on her own or to make for her. Let's see, I need another small brush because we're going to do some of the, not really white, but we're going to do the cream color, the warm buff color. Now this is going to really pop on it because it's such a lighter color. So you just want to make sure. Oh yes, this is going to be so amazing. So just remember, it's a light flick of the wrist when you are trying to create this look. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. How cute is that? You have a friend that raises Highland cows. That's so awesome. I bet they're stunning. So I am dipping off of my brush a little bit. When I dip this in, I'm kind of dabbing a little bit because you don't want it to be, you don't want a ton of paint on your brush when you're doing this. You like it, Michelle? I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, this is so cool. I think I'm just like some of you. They're just growing on me. I hope it turns out even more adorable because we have just started. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Look at just the detail. Okay. Can you see that? You're liking it more than you thought you would? Check it out on here. Look at that. You see all the detail in there. So cool. That looks really, really cute. I have to admit, I'm thinking he's going to grow on me too. You like the lighter color on there? Yeah, it really does. And you can do it to where you can do a black Highland cow. I really don't know if there's differences as far as only Highland cows are brown or whatever, but have fun with it. I mean, you can make it more white if you want to make it more white, more like grays and blacks. You could do that. That would be fun. All right, let's figure. I think we're actually done with the body. I really do. I think we're done with the body. We're going to really brighten up the top up here. So I want a really bright green and maybe some lime green. And then we have 1, 2, 3 flowers. So let's do, oh, I don't know. Hold on, let's see. How about a deeper purple like that, maybe? Actually, let's do like this pink. Which purple? Let's do those 3. Let's do those 3. Yeah, I think I like that. And I wonder if these are all primed. They are. Yay. I love when life works out like that. Okay, these are all primed. This one is not. We've never used that one. I'm going to use that one. All right, let's go ahead and get this one started. You could definitely offer this as a paint party class. This would be fun. You know that I'm teaching you how to paint it. If you order 5 or more of any of my products, So if you order 5 or more of these, you get a like a wholesale discount. So you can absolutely do that, my friend. This would be a fun paint class. I do a local paint class, and we're actually going to be doing a 4th of July one. But you guys, this would be, don't you love these pins? They are the best pins. This would be really fun if you wanted to make it 4th of July themed. You can do this, do red, white, and blue flowers, and then you can do a red, white, and blue bow. That would be super cute. Okay, it's coming. The green is coming out, my friends. These paint pens are definitely much better than the previous brand that I used to talk about all the time that I used to love. But I love these more. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and, these paint pens are perfect for this. We have a couple different kinds of leaves here, so we're going to, that's how I'm going to bring some lime green in. And we might, oh, let's make this one go, I want to trace that edge. That way I can see it on his face. And then our flower is going to go there, so you're not going to see it. Can you guys see it very well? I feel like you can't. Isn't that better? You might just get this one too. They're fun. So I think I'm going to do all the leaves this color and just bring this in with some accenting and highlighting. So these are Tooli Art, Tooli. They are amazing. Yes, they are amazing paint pens. The coverage on them is really good too. I know that there are people in here that can attest to the quality of these paint pens. I think I should have, so there's a small portion here of his horn that I don't think that you know what though? I think that's his hair. Well, I think it is his hair. Let's do this. Let's just repaint because this is some of his hair up here. Oh, there we go. And we'll go back in and do some blending on it. Let's kind of curve that right there with his horns. There we go, perfect. And this one I think is kind of the same way. Okay, we're gonna let those dry before I put my paint pen over them, but we're gonna fix them up a little bit. These pens you can get on Amazon for sure. That's where I got them. All right, now here is some more. It seems like a lot of green there. I'm not really sure. We may have to dress that up a little bit. Let's do these up here since that's still a little wet over there. Okay, now we're going into that flower. So we're gonna come back over here. These that have the closed center would be really, really good to do the highlighting on them. So these have open centers, these have closed centers. These would be really good to do the accenting with our lime green that we're going to use. It'll be perfect for that. Yep, and that's where my glue was. It's on there though, even though it broke, we got it adhered pretty well. Okay, let me just hit this really quick and make sure. I'm wondering if it's more fur. I'm wondering. Yeah. We're just gonna go with it. So another thing that you can do is if you want your background of the flowers to kind of show, you can put this where you want it on your piece and then kind of trace inside there. And that way you know when you take this off where you want to paint on the actual board. So you can fill the colors, the flowers in. However, I am not doing that today. Oh my goodness, so cute. Or the white horn. Yeah, it might be the white horn too. Actually, I think you're right. I think it is the white horn. We'll fix it up. There we go. All right. We are going to fix that up because you are absolutely right. That is the white horn. Let's get a tiny paintbrush and do that. If I can find a good tiny paintbrush. You know, they never seem to be able to. I don't know that this one's going to come. Let me get another tiny. This one will be perfect. This is a super, super tiny one. Yeah, it is the horn for sure. And we can still touch it up. That's not an issue. Except my paint's drying a little bit though. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to touch that up because I messed up the green. So and I think we need a little bit down in here too. There we go. I think that's better. Much better. Although, see, I mixed those colors and they didn't quite mix super well. So it's a little bit darker. That's the only thing with mixing colors, my friends. Oh, here's a better one. There we go. That's the perfect color that we were going for. And then we'll just go touch up where that green. Yeah, we're gonna have to touch up that green, but that's totally okay. We'll dry this. We'll do the flowers, and we will pick one of these colors for the flowers to do the high on our letters. Hold on, you can still see some green over here through. I am doing okay, my friend. I don't feel as gooky. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Let's put these in here so they don't dry. All right, let's do the bright pink. It's actually not really a bright pink, but it's gonna be good enough. Ooh, I like it. And I'm wondering, you guys, this might really, really look cool on a black background instead of the color that we used. We may have to play with that a little bit. So the other way you can paint these is with your little makeup sponge brush. But if you want to get really, really close to like your other colors, the paint pen just works really well. So what I was saying is if you want the background of your flower to be colored as well. Okay, that's going into the next flower. You could definitely trace an outline in there and paint that. I think we're going to change the background color though, you guys. I really do. And honestly, white might actually be really good. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? But this is the actual color of the background. You like it, or do you think the background should be white? What do you think? I'll let you guys decide if you want this background color or let's do this one yellow, a white background. Isn't she pretty? I like her too. And you guys, I'm not even a huge fan of Highland cows, but like someone else said, I think they're growing on me. You like it with this background? Okay, we can definitely keep this background. I think their noses are like this color in real life. I actually don't know. Someone else can answer that maybe. What color are their noses in real life? But I'm pretty sure they are. So you guys, I think I do want to do the background of my flowers. So I'll show you how to do that. I think that's what we're going to do. Ooh, this purple is really pretty. We could do a lighter color or a darker color on the background. That might be pretty to kind of offset it, because we had a lighter purple and we had a darker yellow. We could do the lighter in the purple and the darker in the yellow. What I should have done is trace the Highland cow on our image so that you knew where to paint. That is probably what I should have done. Trace the Highland cow. That way the tracing was on your board. That way if you wanted to paint the background, you could have. Because the way I'm going to do it is going to be a little bit more tricky. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's so cute. Okay, let's touch up our green here. Oh, it's a little more pink, she said. The Highland cow noses are a little more pink. Oh, and we needed to touch up our green over here too. And over here. Ooh, UV resin the flowers would be stunning. You will definitely have to send me a pic of that, my friend. That would be really pretty. Okay. Those are really pretty. We could do the background of the flowers white even. Which discount code? Are you talking about for the VIP group, my friend? That's DIY VIP. If you're in any of my groups, you can use that for a discount. Yeah, this is brown. Let's paint. I think I really want to you know what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to try. This is a pen I'm using now. Hold on. This is definitely something that you don't have to do. But I want everything from here up to be white. I think that's what I want. Now we're going to have to do this in steps because we're going to have to do this in steps. All right. This may or may not work, you guys. We're going to see. Let's get my white out. Where's my white? I just had white. All right, so we're gonna paint everything under the Highland Cow. I want to be brown, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so that's there, and then this here. And we have a little bit here. Okay, I went a little bit too far down that way, but that's okay. Okay, so everything above. I didn't make this difficult at all, did I, you guys? Okay, do a little here. Don't use an ink pen. My ink pen is bleeding. So I'm just trying to get the bottom part. I think we're gonna do it, you guys. We may have to touch up a little bit, but maybe not too much. I could put some paint on the background for the noses too. Yes, for sure. Although I think this is gonna work, you guys. However, ink smears. Can you see the ink smearing? I don't know that you can. So hopefully it means it's not gonna show through. Okay, now we're gonna paint everything above. White. And if we need to touch anything up, we can. I do have a way to etch the background on the wood, and that is definitely what I should have done. Okay, that is definitely what I should have done for sure. Yeah, I was just saying that. I've done that on several of my pieces, and I don't know why I didn't. And unfortunately, I've already shipped some of these out, but I can on future ones. I can etch, but so I'm going the way of our wood grain again. Just make sure that if you go back over like I am, that you make sure you're going with the wood grain. I think this is going to look super cute though. Okay, let's see what, make sure that we are still where we need to be. I think we are pretty good. Yep, so everything up here is good too. Definitely work smarter, not harder than me. We need to make this easier. You can definitely see my ink, so don't use an ink pen, but they're going to be underneath the flowers, and so I don't think you're going to be able to see. Oh, and I know what else we need to do too. Let's try this and we'll do the next step, okay? Looks pretty crazy right now. Look how cute it is though. Isn't she cute? Yeah, don't use an ink pen. We need to remove the ink pen from the craft room unless we are writing a note or something, because that isn't going to work very well. All right, I think she's about ready to glue down, and then we're going to have to paint the edges as well. Not the actual edges of the board, but I'll show you. All right, so what we're going to do is paint the edges here, okay, because these should be white. The only thing I want to be showing in the cream color is what's in here. We're going to do some of my technique around the edges of the wood here real quick on his, the flowers really do pop against the white, and that's really why I wanted to do that, because they just weren't really, they weren't really popping enough for me. Hold on, this isn't working very well. My paint is dried up. Let me get a little bit more of my milk chocolate out. If I know where I put it. Where did I put my milk chocolate? Did I put it up? There it is. Okay. So here I'm just doing my signature technique around his horn so that it stands out even more on the white. Kind of look dirty, which I think is it's okay. Okay. So there's that. Let's clean off our thing here. All right, let's go ahead and try and glue this cutie down. And then we'll go touch up everywhere where we need to touch up, okay? So we're not gonna put this everywhere, but just in some of the big spots. This glue is pretty, it holds pretty decently. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see. Now that is absolutely precious, isn't it? And we're gonna paint this right here. And I don't wanna, I gotta be careful because my brown up here is wet. Okay, now let's get some more white. The glue that I'm using is Stick Fast. It's from Amazon, my absolute favorite. So we're going to be really careful here. We might need a smaller paintbrush actually here. I am going to use a smaller paintbrush to get up in the edges there for sure. So cute. What do you guys think so far? It took a little bit along the way. Yeah, the horns would be washed out by the white. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is much better with the coloring around the edge. Okay, let's get a smaller paintbrush so we can get in the edges here. This one is even smaller. Now the nose looks perfect. Good. I'm glad. Hey, I'm almost done. I'm going to put a bow on it and...
Well, we need to leave about 15 minutes ago.
No, is that what you said? I can put a bow on it later. My hubby says it's time to leave. So we're going to finish this little spot here, and then we will do the bow later. I didn't know it was time to leave. I didn't think we had to leave that early. I apologize. Y'all know I'll be back though. We will paint the high and do the bow. We'll do it. If I get home in time tonight, we'll do it. But if not, it will probably be tomorrow. Oh, I think it's adorable, you guys. Look at that. Doesn't it look so much better? I think the white background was absolutely the way to go. It definitely made it pop and stand out a little bit more than what it was originally going to. So I'm probably not sure what color I'm going to do the high yet. Okay. But it's going to go there. And then we're going to put a bow here. How cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am so sorry I have to hop off. We are leaving to go meet people. That's why. Otherwise, we wouldn't be on such a time constraint. Check it out. Isn't she adorable? You guys are definitely going to want to get one of these. Definitely get one. So cute. Cannot wait to see it come together. So thank you for hanging out with me and joining me today. And I hope you come back and I will finish it up for you guys. All right.